When I was a kid, I went to the mountains with my grandfather to pick up branches.
It was cold and foggy.
I saw a figure waving at me not far away. I was about to speak when my grandfather covered my mouth. He held me and stepped back carefully, until the shadow at the foot of the mountain completely disappeared.
My grandfather dared to breathe heavily.
He held me and ran towards my home. When I got home, my grandma asked the old man what happened.
My grandfather panted and said bear. I saw a black bear in the mountains. Our village is surrounded by mountains.
There are wild wolves in the mountains, fox, but never saw a black bear. I said, why didn't I see a black bear?
I saw a figure. I also said you were young.
I don't know how powerful this black bear is. He imitates people.
It took me a few seconds to react. He just waved at me. Wanted to lure me over and eat me. My grandfather frowned.
He said black bears love to eat children's flesh.
My grandfather finished speaking. Then I told my grandma that there was a black bear on the mountain. I have to tell the villagers about my life.
To avoid being eaten by a black bear.
My grandma frowned.
He said, old man, be careful on the road.
It's foggy today.
Don't run into a black bear. My grandfather took out a sickle from the barn.
Carry on your back. He said come inside. It's daytime. Black bears still don't dare to enter the village. After saying this, my grandfather went out with his sickle on his back. It's very foggy. My grandfather just took a few steps and his back disappeared.
My grandma closed and locked the gate.
My grandma said, little moustache, come in quickly.
I said, Grandma, why don't you come into the house?
I have never seen a black bear.
But it's still an instinctive fear.
Fear of black bears. I'm late. Rolling up my sleeves, I smiled and said, wait until I finish washing this dress. I'll go into the house. Come into the house quickly.
My grandma continued washing clothes after saying this. I went into the house first. I just climbed onto the com.
I heard a knock on the door. The knock on the door was very loud. My grandmother glanced towards the gate.
Because the fog is, I can't see far away at all. I don't know who is knocking on the door.
My grandma shouted towards the gate, who is it?
No one responded. My grandpa put down the clothes in his hand. He called out to the gate again, old man.
Is that you or no one responded?
Then there were 2 door knocks on the door. I feel like my iron door is about to be smashed with the holes.
My grandma frowned.
His face turned ugly. He rushed into the warehouse.
Carry out a bunch of dry branches from the barn.
He threw the dry branches on the ground. Light a fire with a match. But his hands holding the matches were shaking. I ordered a few, but none of them lit up. I ran to the yard.
Ran to my grandma. What are you doing? My grandma saw me coming out. I got anxious instantly. He shouted at me. Why are you coming out?
Come in quickly, my grandma shouted at me. Light a match.
My grandma took off her coat again.
Wrapped in dry branches.
This time the fire was lit.
A raging fire broke out instantly.
Dispel all the surrounding eastern fog. My grandma kicked me into the house.
He holds a torch in his hand.
Standing in the yard. He just stood in the yard. Until the fog clears.
It's almost noon. All the branches on the ground were burned clean.
My grandmother sat on the ground. Heavy breathing.
I ran over to ask for milk. What happened just now?
Why did you light the fire? My grandma touched my head.
Whisper that the person who knocked on the door just now was not a human. It's Black Bear.
He will come back. My grandmother just finished speaking. My grandfather entered the hospital.
He looks bad.
Frowning. My grandma asked him what happened.
I sighed too. He said that the villagers didn't believe there were black bears on the mountain. He also said that I was old, and my eyes were blurry, and I saw it wrong. I was stunned for a few seconds. He said I heard a knock on the door just now.
I asked twice, and no one answered.
I suspect it's a black bear.
I lit the dry branches at home. My grandfather widened his eyes. He looked at me carefully first. Make sure I'm okay. I looked at my breasts again. The black bear didn't enter the yard. My grandma said it's boring. I was relieved too.
He walked toward the gate again. My door is made of iron. The iron on top is obviously concave. And there are bare footprints on the ground.
I also said bare footprints.
I didn't notice it when I entered the hospital just now. I'll call the villagers over here.
Let them see it for themselves. After saying this, my grandfather left the hospital.
Not long after, he called the villagers to my yard.
Let the villagers see the bare footprints at the gate.
I have seen bare footprints.
The villagers are all following orders, whispering that it was indeed a bear's footprint. What can I do?
The bear has gone down the mountain. Kill this bear.
Wrap the bear skin and hang it at the entrance of the village. The villagers were talking about it.
They all want to catch and kill the black bear. My grandfather has some prestige in the village. He said the black bear was very smart.
I can only kill him.
Who wants to go to the mountains with me to catch black bears?
As soon as my grandfather finished speaking, the noisy crowd suddenly became quiet.
No one is talking. Everyone is afraid to go up the mountain. No one is talking.
My grandfather also said that this black bear will hurt someone in the mountains sooner or later. We have to act early to avoid being eaten. The villagers were talking quietly.
No one said catching bears.
I saw no one stood up.
He said this. We follow the rules of our ancestors.
In the village, all married people with children.
Follow me up the mountain to catch black bears. There is strength in numbers. I am not afraid of my grandfather's words. Someone asked the book how big the bear was. My grandfather said not big. Only about 500 to 600 kilograms. Like your fat pigs.
The villagers laughed out loud.
I don't know what they are laughing at. My grandfather said that black bears weigh 500 to 600 kilograms.
The villagers became bolder.
Men in their 40s and 50s.
Carrying a knife in hand, I followed my grandfather up the mountain. My grandma is afraid that a black bear will come.
Take me to live with my third uncle in advance. My third uncle's family is an interview.
And the hospital raised.
2 big black dogs.
Safer than my house.
My grandma and I just came into the house. My uncle's face changed.
He pulled me forward and took a closer look. Then I told my grandma that the child was targeted by a black bear.
You run with him.
The farther you run, the better.
I was stunned for a few seconds.
He asked what it meant to be stared at by a black bear.
My third uncle said,
This kid smells like a black bear.
Sooner or later, he will eat the moustache.
Run.
My third uncle is the only one in his family.
He met a black bear when he was young. There were 3 of them at the time.
The black bear ate his 2 companions first. When I smelled my third uncle.
Black bear is full. But I ate his leg anyway.
But at least I saved my life. My grandma looked at my third uncle in confusion.
He said moustache.
He has already taken people to the mountains to catch black bears.
40 or 50 people can definitely catch a black bear.
My third uncle sighed.
He said black bears are smart. It's not possible to catch him with more people. Run away.
My grandma asked where to run so late. My third uncle said there is a donkey cart in my yard.
You take advantage of the day before it gets dark. Wear a moustache and hide in town.
If it gets dark. But I can't leave. My grandma said anxiously. He can still come in even if he hides in the house. My third uncle said don't call it a house.
Even if you hide in an iron shell.
He can also crush you to death. Listen to my advice. Run as far as you can. I frowned.
With fear in his eyes.
He said I was running alone with my moustache. I'm not sure.
Our village road town.
There are 50 to 60 miles of mountain roads.
The road is difficult to walk. Donkey cart travel.
It takes at least 5 or 6 hours to get to town. My third uncle sighed. He said even if you are unsure, you have to run with your moustache too.
Better than waiting to die. It's getting dark. My grandma gritted her teeth, ran to the yard and harnessed the donkey cart.
Donkey cart is well harnessed. My grandma took out a bunch of
dry branches are placed on the donkey cart.
I asked, what are you doing with the dry branches? Too many dry branches.
I'm squeezed so hard that I have no place to sit.
My grandma didn't seem to hear me. He looked at my third uncle and said, you are home alone?
Lock the door.
My third uncle said don't worry. I'm an old bone. Black bears don't like you, run away. Be safe on the road.
If you hear strange noises. Or smell of rot.
Don't look back. When my third uncle said this. Fear in the eyes. I subconsciously looked at my third uncle's crippled leg.
If I encounter a black bear,
will the end be the same? My grandma said I took little Tiger away. You should go back home soon.
After saying this, my grandmother drove the donkey cart out of the hospital.
The way he drives the donkey cart is different from usual. His expression is very solemn, very alert. I sat next to my grandma.
I dare not say a word. I am afraid that my talking will attract the black ball.
Soon my grandma and I left the village.
The sun is about to set.
My grandma drove the donkey cart desperately. The fish truck is moving faster than usual, but my grandma still thinks the donkey cart is too slow.
It's getting dark in a blink of an eye.
I'm only a third of the way to town.
Very close all around. All I could hear was the sound of the donkey walking, and the sound of the bell hanging on the donkey's neck.
The donkey took a step forward. The bell rings. A ding-ding.
My grandma frowned.
He suddenly pulled the rope to stop the donkey. He got off the donkey cart. Take the bell off the donkey's neck and throw it on the ground. I also said that the bell was too noisy. My grandma threw the bell away. Keep driving the donkey. I sit next to my grandma. I dare not breathe.
My grandma asked me, Little Moustache, are you cold? I said it's not cold. As soon as I finished speaking,
I heard a buzzing sound not far behind me.
Ding sound. It's the sound of bells. My grandma also heard the sound. His eyes widened. Look around cautiously.
People who raise cattle, donkeys or horses at home.
Every family would buy bells and hang them on the necks of cows and horses.
I hung bells because I was afraid someone would steal cattle and horses at night. There will be sound, I said. Is there anyone behind me? I just wanted to look back.
My grandma stopped me. He said someone.
It must be our villagers driving donkey carts to town.
Listen to my grandma.
I finally let go of my worry. I said, why don't we walk slower?
Let's wait until most of the villagers leave together. As soon as I finish speaking,
My grandma glared at me. He said to wait in front.
my grandma is waving a whip.
I spanked the donkey hard a few times.
The donkey looks thin. Ran quickly. I hold my breasts closed tightly. I am afraid of being thrown out. The wind is so loud in my ears. There was a foul smell in the wind.
Like a dead chicken.
Rotting pig smells bad.
The fish runs fast, but he couldn't run any longer after running for a while. Walk forward slowly. My third uncle has raised this donkey for almost 10 years.
It's normal to not be able to run. See the donkey start to walk. I am in a hurry.
He swung the whip hard and hit the donkey.
But the donkey just won't run.
Walk forward slowly.
I was so angry that I cursed this stubborn donkey. What are you going to do? After saying this, my grandmother whipped the donkey a few more times.
But he just doesn't run.
I smelled a rotten smell again. The stench is sometimes strong and sometimes weak.
It's weird that I said milk. The donkey can't run anymore. He's foaming at the mouth. My grandma frowned and said anxiously, what should I do? There's still half the way to go.
The mountain road to the town is built on the mountainside.
There are dense forests on both sides.
I can't see clearly in the woods.
Only the mountain road can be seen clearly. There are weeds beside the mountain road.
I hesitated for a few seconds.
He suddenly pulled the rope to stop the donkey cart.
My grandma said, "Little tiger,
You climb on the donkey's back. I was stunned for a few seconds.
just ask me why."
My grandma said this donkey cart is too heavy. The old donkey can't walk fast. I climbed onto the donkey's back as my grandma told me.
Riding a donkey.
Take the cart of the donkey. He also rides on a donkey,
The donkey picked up the weight. I'm walking faster.
but not quickly.
I'm anxious to drive the donkey away. But the donkey just won't run. Just walked faster.
Walk to the bend in the mountain road.
The donkey suddenly stood still.
I can even feel the donkey shaking. I subconsciously looked forward. I saw a figure not far away. Because it's night, I can only see the outline of a figure. But I can't see the man's face clearly.
The figure just stood there.
His head moves from time to time. I don't know why.
The hairs on my body stood up uncontrollably. Back cold.
I whispered milk. There is a person in front.
As soon as I finished speaking, my grandma covered my mouth with her hand. He leaned over to my ear and whispered, "Don't make a sound. Don't touch my milk." I saw the figure in front of me move. He was moving towards me and my tits.
He walks in a weird way.
Don't walk towards people.
I instinctively feel fear.
Rapid heartbeat.
I feel like my heart is about to explode.
My grandmother carefully got off the donkey and took me off the donkey's back.
I whispered milk.
Is that a person standing in front? As soon as I finished speaking,
I heard Ding Jun's voice.
it's the sound of bells.